Good afternoon. I am Rufabiel A. Giovanni, a resident of Bungahan, Anticara, Bohol. I am 25 years old. I graduated last 2017 at Bohol Island State University with a Bachelor of Technology Education, major in Food Technology. So at the same year, I was able to pass the licensure examination for TLE teachers. And then after that one, I was able to teach in HNU ISPED. So during those time, I also am able to be a tutor on ML tutorial. So those are the teaching experience that I have aside from the practice teaching when I was in college. So after those years, I sought for an improvement, for a development of myself. That's why I joined the full-time training and the full-time truth ministry training in Malabon. And that training was 2 years. So those 2 years are wonderful years of my life. So I was able to know myself, to know the Lord more, and at the same time serve others through the outreach program that we do. So we do teach or approach the children. We teach the children to know the Bible, to know the word of the Lord, same as the youth. And we also go house to house. We have door knockings and preach the gospel. So aside from that, I was able to be mingled with other nationalities that allows me to have a broadened heart and broaden my understanding on the difference of each one. That's why I believe that these experiences that I have will be able to make me a teacher that could teach holistically, not just the knowledge which is in the mind, but also the necessary things needed to become a better person to contribute into our society. So I am applying for a teacher vacancy in senior high school, major in food technology. And this afternoon, I will share to you my lesson plan. So here is my lesson plan for grade 11 cookery senior high. So the objective is that during the 50 minutes period of class, 50% of the students will be able to acquire knowledge about emulsion and food science, prepare a recipe showing an emulsion, and then relate the lesson to the valuation of diversity and unity. The subject matter is about emulsion and food science. And then here is the procedure, the preliminaries, and then the activities, which includes the motivation of the online, the boat is sinking, which the students would be asked to answer that is already leading to the topic or can provoke the idea of what will be the topic for that day. And then the presentation of the objectives to be read by the students also. And then the abstraction, the very topic about the emulsification process, knowing what is emulsion, how emulsion works, and examples of emulsion. And in the application is the demonstration of the activity, and then later on, the students will replicate the recipe, and they will be graded through the use of these rubrics for the workmanship, completeness of the ingredients, proper use of tools and equipments, speed, and safety, a total of 100%. So this time, since it is online, they are assigned already in teams, and then they have team leader, and then their team leader will receive the picture with them wearing their complete uniform, and then the picture of the tools and equipments and the ingredients with a timestamp on each picture. And then the team leader will send it to me through our GC. And then after that is the valuation or the valuing part. It is the valuing how we relate the topic into the accepting of diversity and unity. The next part is the assessment. So in this part, they are going to literally write it in a 1/2 sheet of paper, took a picture of that paper and sent it to me on the allotted time. This one in such style, copying, just copy and paste from other will be eradicated somehow because they will really write it and then pass the picture into our GC. And then the agreement part is that they will prepare the ingredients for making hollandaise on the next meeting. Okay, this is my lesson plan. I am Rufabiel A. Giovanni. Thank you and God bless. Good afternoon, grade 11 cookery. How are you today? Wow, very good that every one of you are fine. Okay, so while waiting for others, is everyone here? Wow, very good. Everybody's here already. Let me just remind you of our rules. Always turn on your camera, turn off your mic when not speaking, and always pay attention, focus, and be participative in our class. Okay, everyone is reminded na ha? Okay, very good. So now, let's proceed to our prayer. Assigned prayer leader, please lead the prayer. Amen. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for today. Okay, now, good morning once again, class. let me just check your attendance. So kindly count through your number. Raise your hand as you count through and say present, okay? Okay, start. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Everybody is present. Wow, I am really glad to know that everybody is present today, class. Okay, let's review. Okay, who among you still remember our topic last time? Okay, any representative? Yes, James. What was that? Yes, that was about appetizers. Very good. Who else? Okay, very good, Emma. So I'm really happy. It seems that we really learned our lesson last time. So now, class, we will play The Boat is Sinking. Since it is the online The Boat Sinking, I would rather say The Boat is Sinking. Let's write the lifeboat number, and that lifeboat number will be corresponding to your assigned team, okay? And the assigned team or the call team will be answering the picture flashed on your screen. Okay, let's start now. The boat is sinking. Let's write the lifeboat number 3. Okay, team 3, first to answer. What did you observe about these two pictures here? Wow, very good. Yes, a nice observation, team 3. Thank you. Now let's proceed. The boat is sinking. Let's write on lifeboat number 9. Okay, team 9. Any representative? Let's answer this, okay? That's your guess, final guess. Okay, let's see if that is correct. Wow, very good. That is a vinaigrette. Very good. Okay, now let's proceed. The boat is sinking. Let's write the lifeboat number 6. Okay, team 6, answer this one. Okay, what could you observe about these two pictures here? Yes, they are somewhat in quarrel. How about the other? Okay, very good. They're like barcadas. Very good observation. 6. Now let's proceed. The boat is sinking. Let's ride on lifeboat number 10. Okay, team 10. Okay, please and scramble. What is your answer for this first picture here? Okay, that is? Okay, let's check that one later. Okay, let's proceed. Let's proceed. The boat is sinking. Let's ride on lifeboat number 2. Okay, team 2. Try to answer this picture in the middle. Okay, that is your choice. Okay, we will check that one later. And last one. Okay, the boat is sinking. Get ready, everyone. Let's ride the lifeboat number 1. Okay, 1. What can you say about this picture? What do you think is this word? Okay, let's try to see if that is correct. Okay, mayonnaise, hollandaise, aioli. Are you familiar with this? Only with mayonnaise. Okay, don't worry. We will come to know what is hollandaise and aioli this day. Okay. So now, I want you team 2 to read our objectives for today. Please turn on your mics. Okay, so those are our objectives for today. Okay, please pay attention as we see this short video clip right here.
Oil and water. The reluctance of these two liquids to mix together and stay that way is so well known, they have become cliche for any two things that do not go together well. Currently, there are ways to mix the two, but ultimately, they will separate again. So what if there was a way to not only mix oil and water, but to have the mixture remain stable for long periods of time, perhaps indefinitely?
Okay, so what can you say about that short clip? Yes, it's about oil and water, and our topic for today is about mixing the unmixable. Okay, so do you know or do you have any idea about this word, emulsification or emulsification process? Okay, so now let's start. What is an emulsion? Do you have any idea what is an emulsion, class? Okay, so I want you group 5 to read the definition. Okay, so that is the definition of emulsion. So just like here in the picture, we have two liquids here. That's why it is heterogeneous. So there is the oil and then the droplets, tiny droplets of a sauce. So it is an example of emulsion. So let us see further. So actually, emulsion, class, has two different culinary forms. So first is oil and water, and the other one is water and oil. The difference is just that the oil and water, we have the oil as the dispersed phase and the water as the continuous phase. And the other one is just the opposite. Okay, here the oil is the continuous phase, and then here we have the water as the dispersed phase. So that is the two different forms of culinary emulsion. Okay, So now let's proceed. How does this emulsion work? Diba? Because unlike any other mixture, just like the juices, when we make a punch, we have the four seasons juice, though we combine the apple juice, the mango juice, pineapple, the orange juice, they will just freely mix, even though we add alcohol to it. We cannot see the separation or the layers of apple, the pineapple there, diba? The juice will just mix together. So how do emulsion work when it comes to mixtures such as oil and water? It is through the use of shearing power. So we will know why there is a need of shearing power, okay? Team 3, please read this part, surface tension. Yes, surface tension is the alignment which separates the oil and the water, and it is the very thing that we need to battle when we try to maintain or to make an emulsion class. So here, as you can see here, the same diagram, we have the oil, the water, but then the dispersed phase is the oil. So through the use of the shearing power, we know that shearing power is like whisking, blending, mixing, any form of mixing. It breaks up the dispersed phase, which is the oil, and form into tiny droplets into an emulsified state. So that's what happens to the mixture, just like the picture shown earlier. You remember the pool? So if the pool is spacious, it is easy for the swimmers to be away from each other. But then if the pool is not so spacious and there are a lot of swimmers right there, it is not easy for you to go away or to be away from each other, okay? So that thing happens in an emulsified state because the dispersed phase is scattered, breaks into many tiny particles. So these many particles is not able to move freely to just separate and back into the oil on the top and water below, okay? Do you have any question, class? Did you get me? Okay, very good. So let's proceed. Let's remember that emulsion by nature are basically unstable. So literally through time, oil may separate from the water. So the more fat incorporated, the thicker the emulsion will become. That's why like the mayonnaise, the other emulsion like vinaigrette is not as thick as the mayonnaise. That's why for most application, the dispersed phase should not exceed 3 times the volume of the continuous phase, or else coalesce or broken emulsification might happen. And that is the very thing that we need to avoid while maintaining the emulsion. Okay, let's proceed, class. So how do we combine fat and water even if they don't mix? So let's see how. So it's through the use of emulsifier and stabilizers. Okay, let's see what is an emulsifier and what is a stabilizer. Okay, so we can see here there are 2 basic types of emulsifier class. So first is the amino acid chains and the second is the phospholipids. So the amino acid chains, here you can see in the diagram, we have a chain here that has a fat-friendly receptacle and a water-friendly receptacle that links the water and oil together. That's why they don't separate. And then the phospholipids is a surfactant, which is a lecithin, which is found in egg yolks. So here we have a positively charged tail and a head that is water-friendly head. So the water-friendly head will go to the water, link to the water, and the fat-friendly tail will hold on to the oil. That's why these phospholipids can able to emulsify the mixture of oil and water. So that is the 2 basic types of emulsifiers. So let's proceed to stabilizers. So stabilizers such as viscosity is just like if the emulsifier links the fat and the water, the stabilizers get in between. So it increases the shearing force and the drag. That's why they continually cling to each other. That's what stabilizers do. So those are the difference of emulsifier and stabilizer, class, ha? So the emulsifier link the fat and water together, but the stabilizer get in between of the individual particles and holding them. Okay, did you get it? Do you have any question? Okay, none so far, so let's proceed. So what are the examples of emulsion? Okay, what are the examples of emulsion? Let us see. So here are the examples of emulsion. Altogether, read for the common culinary emulsion. Okay, among these examples, what are the not common one? Yes, still the aioli and the hollandaise, okay? And then how about, let's read the non-culinary emulsion. Okay, altogether. Okay, so now you know that some cosmetic creams that we use are examples of emulsion, just like paints and asphalt, okay? No questions about this, class? Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, here are the examples of emulsion. We have here the hollandaise, aioli, the soy. We have the mayonnaise, the vinaigrettes. Okay, now, do you have any question, class? Okay, none so far. So now we will come to know this hollandaise thing. Okay, team 2, please read what is hollandaise. Okay, so that is hollandaise. So now let's proceed. What is this one? Okay, mayonnaise. Team 7, please read what is mayonnaise. Okay, we like mayonnaise in our sandwiches and salads, right? Okay, next. Okay, team 5, please read aioli. Yes. So here aioli is just similar to a mayonnaise. Okay, do you still have any question, class? None so far? Okay, now is the time for a demonstration, which later on you will replicate. So we will make this afternoon a simple aioli. Aioli is just an example of emulsification. So I have here my apron. So let's just wear our hairnet. Later on, your team leader will receive the pictures of your complete uniform, the ingredients and the tools, okay, and then pass it to me. So I have here the ingredients for making an aioli. Okay, here is 80 ml of mayonnaise. I have also here tablespoon of lemon juice, and then I have salt. I have a clove of garlic, and then also pepper. So the thing that we need to do here is to add the lemon juice into our mayonnaise. Okay, after adding, we will just whisk. So whisking is an example of what? As we have discussed earlier. Okay, example of shearing power that is used to battle the surface tension, so that the lemon, which is the liquid this time, will not separate from the mayonnaise, which is a permanent emulsion already. So we'll just continually whisk it until the desired consistency is somewhat thin already will be achieved, because our mayonnaise is thick. We'll just continually whisk it. Okay, do you see it? Okay, so let's add our clove of garlic, our salt, and our pepper, pinch of pepper. And then we'll continually whisk it. So did you see how the mayonnaise changed its consistency from the thick one earlier to a thin one? So this is now our aioli, class. So easy, right? Yes, very easy. You can just do it with a blink of an eye. So now is the time for you to replicate the process of making the aioli. So here, aioli is a good dip for example, cheese sticks or mozzarella cheese, fried cheese sticks, just like that, or even how do you call this one, French fries. Okay, so now is your time to replicate the process. Okay, here is the ingredients and the procedure how to make the garlic aioli. Okay, your time starts now, class. Okay, remember to pass the picture of you wearing your complete uniform, your proper tools, and also the ingredients to your team leader, so that your team leader could send it to me. Okay, and don't forget to write a timestamp in each picture so that I could determine. Okay, your time is almost up. Okay, this is the rubrics and how you will be graded in this activity. Okay, your 10 minutes is up. Okay, so look at the aioli, the garlic aioli that you have just made, which is an example of emulsion. Actually, class, just like the water and oil, we in ourselves, each one of us, every individual has a distinct characteristic. We are peculiar in our own ways. We are different from each other. That's why sometimes it is unavoidable that a friend doesn't like us, or we doesn't like a friend, or there is some, if we go deeper, there are some who has hatred for somebody. So it's because we are not just the same. Just like the oil and the water that don't just freely mix with each other, there are also times we are like that. It could happen in a relationship, in a family, in our community, in a race, such as an Asian hate crime, or how can you say that, almost everything in business, in every relationship, we could not we could not eradicate these arguments, the quarrel. But then I want you to know that the same with the oil and water, we also have an emulsifier. And our emulsifier is the Lord Jesus himself. Do you know that if you allow the Lord to get into you, just like what the emulsifier and stabilizers do, it links, it gets in between the oil and the water so that they could freely combine. That's what the Lord does into us. He gets into us, He softens our stubbornness, He allows us to forgive, and He allows us also to have a broad and wide heart to accept the differences, the diversity. And through such time, unity could be achieved by each one of us. And that unity is along with the harmony, with the peace, and that is the very blessing that the Lord can give us if we just allow Him to be the emulsifiers of our lives. So I hope you really get something in our class today. Okay, thank you, class. So now, you need to answer this short quiz in a 1/2 sheet of paper. Same as usual, you should write it and then take a picture and send it into our GC. Okay, I will just give you 5 minutes for this one. Okay, your time starts now. Okay, let me check. Very good. Everyone has passed already. Okay, now, for your assignment, let us agree with this one. Your assignment, you need to prepare the ingredients for hollandaise in our next meeting for a skill test. Okay, class? Okay. Okay, so what I mean with this one is that you need to prepare. We'll not be meeting physically, okay? Still the same online class. And then that would be it on the next meeting. I will still check on that one. Okay, that would be all, class. Thank you and God bless.